can't I spell? Obviously I can't. Hi, Jenna. Post your first name as it appears on your birth certificate for a reading. All right, now let me see if I can pin this. I might be getting better at pinning. Wouldn't that be a miracle and a half? Jenna is your first name, and that's exactly how it appears on your birth certificate, right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Honey is your real first name. I pinned it. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. How's y'all doing tonight? How's you all doing? It's Sunday night. We're going to head toward a week, right? And it's up to you to decide if this week is going to be awesome or horrible or fucked up or, magical. It's up to you. But tonight we're going to hang out in this channel. We can always just be ourselves on this channel. You don't have to be anybody else but yourself. And I appreciate everybody that shows up. Tonight we're going to do numerology. And you're going to find this fascinating. All right? This is always fascinating. So when I'm doing somebody else's, quote, name, I need you all to pay attention. And this is why. If you see me going through the patterns of someone's name and y'all have a first letter of your first name, right? Look at what I'm saying about the numbers in that name, and you're going to start picking up stuff about yourself in someone else. And the more you pay attention to the others' readings, the more you're going to learn about your own numbers. So pay attention, because it's going to expand on what you learn about yourself tonight. So, without further ado, welcome everyone. I don't know if I'll exactly go in order. I'm going to see where Spirit guides me. So Jenna is where we're going to start. And I'm going to switch the camera if you don't mind, because I want y'all to watch how I do the patterns of the name. It's important for you to pay attention. All right, so I'm switching the camera. Here we are, numerology fun. We're going to go with Jenna. You're going to learn some stuff tonight that'll be very valuable. Jenna, J-E-N-N-A. And now I like to use a lot of different colors, and so that's what I do. This is a 1, 5, 5, 5, 1. Now, what does everybody notice about the pattern in her first name? It's 1s or 5s. She doesn't have a choice. She's either 1 or she's a 5. And so as a 1, her life, this number is very, very important. So A, J, and S are the number 1 letters. And the first letter of your name is extremely important. All right? And so when I look at Jenna, I see a number 1. And what does this tell me? This tells me that she is independent, right? Now, I'm not going to write everything out, or we'll take forever to get through these readings. She's independent. She has a lot of ideas. And she's a self-starter. She's a self-motivator. And then we get to the 555. And this makes her a rebel. She is a rebel. No, I'm not going to conform to society. Fuck you type of thing. And then her 5s are surrounded by 1s. So the 1s are trying to rein in these rebel 5s. And they're like, no, Jenna, you got to have a plan. She's like, no, I'm going to be spontaneous, right? And so she's got kind of like this little battle going on in her first name. But really what the pattern of her name is I'm going to be independent to generate positive change in my life and in the lives of others. And this is important for Jenna to have freedom. She can't have a job where someone's hovering over her. All right, Jenna? That wouldn't go well for you. You need to have freedom in your job. And you need to have adventures. And this doesn't mean you have to travel, but you probably do. This could be an adventure, like you could get lost in a book, or you could get, mystery, like murder mysteries, anything like that. You just like to go on adventures. They can be adventures in your mind. They can be, anything to where you feel that thrill. There's you need this thrill in your life. All right. And so one of the things about this is I can already tell by just Jenna's first name where her challenges in life are going to be. Her challenges are going to be, 1, relationships, because she needs to have freedom and independence. So whoever she's in a relationship with needs to honor that. And if she finds somebody that will, Jenna, that's the golden relationship for you, right? Number 2, she's going to have issues with authority. Why? Because she likes to do things her way, and she's a natural leader herself. So don't tell me what the fuck to do, says Jenna. So she needs to have authority in her life that is amicable versus controlling. Jenna, do you want to give feedback, Jenna? Is this ringing true for you? Wow, Jenna. So those of you who have A, J, and S in your name, anywhere in your name, you can grab on to some of these qualities of Jenna. All right, Jenna. Strong name, strong woman. Okay, Honey Wolf. Is that the next one on here? Honey Wolf. Sometimes this YouTube will let me scroll all the way up, and other times it just whacks out on me. Whack-a-doo-doo. It looks like Honey came in. So I'm going to do Honey. All right, Honey, are you ready? Are you ready, Honey? Here you go. I'm glad that we got a Honey on here, and I'll tell you why. Not only is Honey a name after something that's very sweet, and it was the nectar of the gods, so that makes Honey very special. And also, Honey is related to the number gold, so Honey will have a desire to be wealthy. Now, Honey is an 8, 6, 5, 5, 7. And I want you guys to kind of hone in on the first letter of the first name, all right? Because the first letter of your first name is extremely important. It's I don't even know how to tell you how important it is, other than to just go on with the reading so that you can see how important it is. Number 1, it is the most powerful number there is, all right? And gold is the most powerful mineral, or whatever you call it, mineral. It is. And so 8s have to learn about the correct use of power, all right? The correct use of power. They have to learn that. So Honey will have times in your life where you feel really powerful, and other times you feel not so powerful. And if we look at Honey's name as a computer code, which is what it is, 8, 6 is about helping others. So Honey came in here to experience the correct use of power so Honey could help other people change their lives and be successful. And the 7 means that Honey has a mystical life. So all throughout Honey's life, weird things happen. Like if Honey needed something, it shows up. If Honey thinks about something, it appears. Coincidences and weird stuff. Honey might all of a sudden walk outside and see birds and be like, why are all these birds following me? They have very mystical lives. So that's the end of the first name. And so this is the computer code that honey came in with, the correct use of power. And so one of the things that I would do if I was working with honey is exercise in self-empowerment. How activities that would make honey feel really powerful and empowered, and to use the material world that of this planet in such a way that honey could build wealth, right? I would show honey how to build wealth, because the complete desire of honey would be, and gold. Why did they go mining for gold? I mean, God, everybody went to California, right? Woo, the gold mines. We're going to pan out gold. Why? For wealth. And eights love wealth, but they don't have to necessarily have wealth and money. Remember, it's the correct use of power. So it doesn't always have to be wealth and money, but it's definitely wealth. Yeah, there's always going to be differences in everybody's name, because there's a lot of other factors that go into the name. But you are correct about that. The numbers have a core definition that works amazingly. So you guys that have any of these letters in your names, Honey, pay attention to when I'm going through the computer code, because it will apply somewhat in your own life. It'll be somewhere in your own life. And so I would work with honey to establish abundance, right? And then I would also remind honey about happiness, not to forget happiness. And I would ask honey, what is the definition of happiness? What's your definition? And it would be very interesting to me to get feedback back on the definition based on these other numbers. So boredom is honey's enemy. Honey doesn't like to be bored. Boredom is actually honey's, doesn't like that. Now, an 8 also likes to be healthy. They don't like to have health challenges. 8s don't. So they want to be healthy. They do best if they can be in organizations. That could be volunteer. It can be anything. Classes. They do really well, and they contribute because they're natural leaders. So they contribute really well to organizations. And they have to be careful of hoarding, because they like stuff. Okay, they love stuff. All right. So honey might love, like, oh my God, let's go to that garage sale or that auction or something like that. And there's that stuff. I got to have that stuff. So, all right. Thank you, honey, for letting us do your name. Who's the next name on here? I think is Jay. Jay, is Jay your real name? Is Jay on your birth certificate? Jae? Margarita is her full name. Oh, she's given us a long one. Margarita, which is 419719921. Let's pay attention to the first letter of her first name. Now, margarita is a drink. And what is a drink? It's refreshing. And some people use drinks for nurturing, right? So we can also look at if the name has a definition to it, like a meaning, if you were named after something particular. Hello, Renata. Hello, STL Girl. Hello, Kelly Ewalt. Hello, Jules. Hi, L. Palmer. Hi, Libra. Hi, Renata. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Miranda. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Put your first name down. We're doing numerology. All right, the 4. What does Margarita need? She needs stability. How does she get stability? She needs to feel secure. Now, she needs it to be money, financially, and relationships. If she's in a relationship, she doesn't want that person to be changing a lot. She wants everything. She doesn't like unexpected stuff, right? And one of the things that she would do is she might be a person that makes lists. Like, oh, I got to go shopping. Here's my list, or here's my to-do list, right? She could utilize that with that number 4 in there. So let's go ahead and read her name like a computer. And this is where you're going to want to pay attention. 4. This makes her predictable, reliable, and a hard worker. 1. This makes her independent. 9. This makes her creative and compassionate, and she's got 3 9s. She might be interested in healing or the medical profession. A lot of 9s are interested in the medical or healing professions. This is also the teacher. 7. She is analytical, driven by her mind. So are the 1s, driven by her mind. Way down here at the end is a 2. She's got a 2 in there. So this is about intuition. So intuition is something that she will have to work at. It won't come naturally unless she has 2s or 7s in the month and day she was born. So she will have to work to be intuitive, but that's okay. So do I. There's a lot of us that do. So that's her computer code of why she came to Earth. So she's got teaching ability, compassion ability. She also works well in large groups, especially if she can be a presenter. Margarita, do you ever find yourself showing people how to do things or explaining to people how to do things? Because that's what 4s tend to do. Okay, Moonchime, thank you for putting your name on there. I'm just reading some of your comments. All right, so let's, thank you, Jules. Everything's right in the world. Okay, so Margarita, you could find yourself as a presenter or a trainer, or, at the very least, houses and cars are also important, and nature are also important to 4s, all right? Now, remember, your first letter of your first name and your computer code, that's just your first name. There's a lot more. There's the date of your birth and other things, but we're just looking at your first name so you get an idea where your gifts are. Why did you come here? What's going on in your life? When I'm talking about these things and I'm doing your reading, think about if this is you. Is this you? Because you can either be in harmony with your number or in disharmony with your number. So in numerology, there's the positive side of the 1 and there's the negative side of the 1. So the positive side of the 1 would mean, you're a leader, you're inspirational, you're independent. The negative side would be your ego, you're manipulative, you're bitchy, right? You could spit out hate at no problem. So you have a choice. If you stay balanced in your numbers, you'll emanate the positive side of them, and then guess what? You'll draw into your life the positive experiences of that number. Now, I am finishing up on a book called The Secret Human Code. And this is a channeled book by the woman who designed the first numerology, or the first computer code in the world. And her name was Ada Lovelace. And she frickin' came to me and she died at 36. And she's like, I didn't get a chance to do the human code. I was busy telling Charles Babbage that he could put symbols into a machine and the machine would read the symbols and know what to do. And she predicted that machines would start doing lots of things for us if we put symbols in them, which is numbers. So the first computer code is binary, ones and zeros. Now, can you imagine this? You're putting ones and zeros into a machine and it knows what to do. Fuck, man. Do you realize how weird that is? Just try to understand that. If I threw a bunch of ones and zeros at you and you were a robot, you would know what to do. That's called binary code. It's amazing. So I'm going to finish that book and get it published by April 1st, and you're going to be able to use that book to calculate your secret human code and what that means and how you can feed algorithms into yourself to change your computer code. It's going to be amazing. But enough about that. Let's get back to Margarita. So Margarita, this is kind of the core of your name here. And then everybody else, if you paid attention to what I said on the computer code, you would get an idea of your own numbers. All right, who's next? STL girl is Danielle. I'm going to switch colors to Danielle. DANIELLE. Now Danielle is 415953335. Now, if you guys just kind of look at this name, we already covered the 4, so I don't need to go over that again. What do you notice in her name? Like if you look for repeats, right? Oh my God, a 5, a 5, a 5, and a 3, and a 3. She is strong in 3 and 5 energy. So as a numerologist, I would look at the number 3, right? And the number 3 is joy, and it's communication. All right, it's communication. And the number 5 is about dealing with change. All right. So 5s of all the numbers, 5s and 3s are the best at dealing with changes. All right. So looking at Danielle's computer code, she is very logical minded. She has a lot of independence. She requires, in other words, she gets new ideas. All right, here. She gets new ideas and then she organizes them. All right. She organizes these new ideas and she might make a plan. Okay, here's what I got to do. And she wants to create a certain level of freedom in her life, right? So she wants to, and this is freedom to handle change. All right, in her situation. It's freedom to handle change, right? And then she needs to communicate these ideas to others because she's got 3 in here. Communicate, change. The 5s are surrounding, well, actually, there's a 5 here. The 5s are surrounding the 2 3s, all right? So this means her main theme, Danielle, your main theme is to organize your ideas, communicate them to others, and have them create improvements in processes. So improvements in processes. Danielle, do you ever find yourself in situations where you find a better way to do something? Now, it doesn't mean the people will be open to hearing your ideas. Depends on your work environment. But you certainly have the capabilities and the gifts to coming up with ideas for processes improvements. You do that all the time. Okay, if you do that all the time, you're following your natural gifts. You're following the natural gifts that you were born with, and really amazing things happen to you when you follow the gifts that you were born with. I mean, it is unbelievable. Okay, J Karma. Her name is Jean. Jean. 1, 5. 1, 5. All right? What does that tell you? 1, 5. 1, 5. Everybody see that? She's either 1 or she's 5. And then she's 1 and then she's 5. What happens when you have a pattern like that? This person will have patterns in their life. Let's talk about what kind of patterns that they draw in. 1, upsets. Another one, new opportunities. Now, she could also draw in shitty, can I write shitty on YouTube? Shitty bosses. Is that okay to write shitty on here? Now, on the positive side, she can also draw in patterns where she has to establish her independence. No, I don't need this. I don't need you. I don't, in other words, she can overcome like addicting issues if she had a spending problem or whatever. So she's got a name that's got patterns. She's got a pattern of upsets. What does that mean? When someone's got a pattern of upsets, consider it like ocean waves, all right? I know I don't draw the ocean very well. Let's put a boat in here. And a sail. There. Now you guys happy? I got a boat in the ocean is blue. Yeah. We got a blue ocean in here. So what does that mean when she draws upsets? That means upsets means through circumstances that are undesirable. All right? Undesirable. When she brings in circumstances that are undesirable, it shows her through duality what she desires. In other words, by what she doesn't desire, it spurs what she desires. So when she has something she doesn't desire, it immediately puts her in a state of what she does desire. And if anybody can create something, it's Jean. She's got the 2 number 1s. So she could be an inventor. She could invent things, right? Literally. She could do like crafts, but they'd be mega crafts. My God. They would be unbelievable because of the, welcome to the new subscriber, blah. So it is very important for her to also establish some downtime. Why? Because all the letters in Jean are action numbers. 1 and 5, it's like go, 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 go. Also 3, right? So if she's unbalanced in her number, a 1 can be lazy and weak and stubborn. If she's unbalanced in a 5, she's just scattered, right? She would just be scattered, and life wouldn't be adventurous. It would be boring. It would be a boring life, right? So she always has to, make an effort to stay. You studied criminology as your minor and you lived in the Netherlands. Wow, that's freaking really awesome. That is awesome. Welcome to everybody who just found my channel. We're doing some numerology tonight, and hopefully you're going to learn about yourself while we're talking about other people. So we're doing J Karma right now. By the way, you want to know how interesting the name Karma is, J? 5 is a karmic number. Yeah, you can't even make that shit up on a good day. 5 is a karmic number. Seriously. That's very interesting. So I would say to Jean, pay attention when you see repeating numbers. Or if your phone number has a repeat, like a 11 or some repeat, if your address is a repeat, if the city you live in or the state you live in has repeating numbers, I would tell Jean, whenever you see repeating numbers, it means pay attention. You're probably on the right path. All right, who's next? You're expecting a foot of snow? Oh my God. Miranda. Miranda Freites has the name Miranda. Let's do hers next. M. If I skip you, just type it again down below, because sometimes I'm not the best scroller in the world. 4, 9, 9, 1, 5, 4, 1. Okay, everybody, this is a quiz. Who sees repeating numbers in her name? Yeah, we got repeating 4s. Oh, look, repeating 9s. Oh, look, repeating 1s. The only number standing by itself, all by itself, is the 5. So this tells me that this is her challenge number. All right? When you've got everybody that has support and then you got one standing alone, that is her challenge number. So she's got to be careful of addictions. And this can be like emotional eating, spending. She's got to be careful of nervous, which would be anxiety. She's got to have restlessness, where she's restless. But she can overcome that. And the other numbers in her name will help her. So the 4s mean create a plan or create a habit. Create a habit of doing the opposite of what those things are. So create a habit to replace whatever she might have for an addiction. Instead of eating, run up and down the stairs 10 times or 50 times. If she smokes or she drinks or something like that. Any addiction. And by the way, you can have addictive relationships. So addiction takes many forms. But she can use the rest of these numbers. Now the 9 would tell her to seek out a teacher, someone who has the wisdom and experience to help her. And the 1s would help her to establish ideas and willpower. 1s are very strong in willpower. So her computer code is that she came down here for law and order. She wants things to be fair, law and order. She wants to put things in order. Let's not get chaotic here. Let's get a plan. And let's share that plan with a large amount of people, with the 9. And let's give people inspiration. I'm going to say that I'm writing it really big. That's Miranda's middle name. If I was to give her a middle name, it would be Miranda Inspiration, because she comes here to inspire people. This is her secret mission. And then I would ask Miranda, do you have opportunities come up where through your behavior you can inspire others? Do you post things on social media that inspire people? That is one of her hidden gifts. This is what her hidden gift is, inspiration. So she could create Facebook memes, right? She could create them, Facebook memes, and people would read that and they would be like, yes, and they would be empowered, right? Because she came down here to get people empowered. You do have, Miranda would be like, you do have control of your life, and this is how you get it, and this is how you do things. She could be a teacher. She could be, a teacher, a public speaker. She could have a YouTube channel that would all be about inspiring people, because that's what her computer code says. All right. Let's go through and look for another victim. Who else wants their name looked at? All right. Post your first name on your birth certificate if you want your computer program listed, or read, I should say. You see 755 all the time. Holy mac. Is that a powerful combination? How do I do numerology of my name? Well, blah, give me your first name and I will do it. A reading on you. So I'm scrolling up here to see if I'm going in order. Tracy, I could do your husband. You just have to give his first name. You're a trainer at your job? Oh my God. Renata, are you next, Renata? Or who am I missing? Angelina? See, you guys are having conversations, which is fine. But now I got to scroll through all that to try to find my next victim. All right, let me see who's next. One of these days I got to get an admin to get me a little more organized. Mom and 2 kids' name is Holland. Hollan. You guys should be getting used to this by now. 803315. Holland, I'm going to use your message in gold. Woo! You get to be gold. Strength. Wisdom. You've got double 3s. Communication. You got a quirky sense of humor. Could be called dry sense of humor, but I like to call it quirky. All right? And so your computer program, Mom and 2 Kids, is I came into this world and you suffered a major event in your childhood. And you guys are like, fuck, how do you know that? I didn't know that by just the first letter 8 in her name. I looked at the computer program, all right, of her first name. She had a major event in her childhood that actually seasoned her for who she is now. In all of her greatness, all right? Because she is fucking awesome right now because of that event in her childhood. Could have been death of a parent, divorce of a parent, death of a grandparent, something big. Could have been bullied in school. It's just some big event. And if I ask people this, they always know, oh yeah, it was this. They moved away and you had to make all new friends. It doesn't matter what it is. It was a big event and it was life altering for her. Might have been created a little bit of trauma or a lot of trauma. But it seasoned her to be who she is right now. So her computer code, here we go, guys. 8. I came in here to use the event of my past or events of my past to be of service to others in a creative way, right? In a creative way. So I want to say that her mission is Creative Business Solutions. This is the name, this is her middle name. Creative Business Solutions. So she might be crafty, but she'll make a business of it. Or she might be intuitive, but she'll make a business out of it. Whatever it is, she puts it in her business. So if she's working for a business, she does creative solutions. So her name is Holland Creative Business Solutions, and then whatever her last name is. Because that is her mission. And then she also helps people understand that ideas generate change. So she tries to tell people the only way you are gonna change is if you get different ideas than what you already have. This is what her message to the world is. This is what her message to the world is. Holland, does this ring true for you? You grew up fatherless. There you go. I told you. I told you. But your father's mother lived next door to my mom, so you always were around, but you never saw him. So she grew up fatherless, and through that learned to become probably the best parent on the freaking planet from that experience, because she had that experience for a reason. And blah, not for me. Has chat disappeared for some people? Yes, chat, it disappears for me. So if I skip you, you got to go down to the bottom and re-put your name in. You see 1113. Oh, wow, that's a gateway. So anyway, Holland, I hope that helps you with knowing what your path in life is based on your theme. Okay, we are on blah. Were you next? But did you give me your real name? Zunera. Okay. And then Marsha. Okay. Zunera, I think Marsha was before you, blah, but since you're being impatient, we'll do you. Zunaira. Why is blah impatient? Because this is an 8. This is why blah might be impatient. Because 8s can be impatient. 3, 5, 1, 9, 9, 1. So this tells me that blah came down here. Upheaval. Balance and rhythm. Wait, how do you spell rhythm? Rhythm. I always have trouble with that name. Balance and rhythm are important. Why? Because I'm looking at 2 1s and 2 9s. This is 1s are beginnings and 9s are endings, always. So in Zunera's life, this person's going to have a lot of beginnings and a lot of endings. And through these beginnings and endings, they're going to have to find the balance and rhythm of their life. So their computer code is, I came down here in upheaval. So they might find themselves in some major upsetting events. Maybe let go from jobs, maybe divorce. It could be anything. Maybe their house burned down. It could be any upheaval. Financial devastation, doesn't matter what it is. Came down here for an upheaval to learn to create solutions that allow you to listen to your rhythms of your own life, the cycles of your own life. So let's say at 2 o'clock every day you feel like, oh my God, I need a nap. Well, try to build in some downtime in your schedule. Let's say but I'm at work. Okay, go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and shut your eyes. Find your balance. You might have in the morning, you're super active. You've got to find your balance because your whole theme in life is your balance and your rhythm. When you get in harmony with the cycles in your life, there's no stopping you. There's no stopping you. You can do anything you want. But that will be one of your challenges, is to get in rhythm with your own life. Okay. I hope that helps you. Let's see, who was above you? Marsha. All right, Marsha. I hope I'm going in order because I don't know if my computer is doing it or not. Marsha Queepers. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hey, my black died. Shit, man. Now what? Do I have another black? Oh, I got another one. Marsha. 4, 1, 9, 1, 8, 1. All right. Look at that pattern. Who notices repeats? Yup. Ones. All right. So she's got a pretty strong 1. So what does that 1 tell me? She's original. She is unique. She came into the world being very different, right? Very different. She is a pioneer. In other words, in the 1800s, man, she would have been the first one to grab a horse and buggy and take off. Who gives a crap, right? She is driven by her mind. Her mind, it's probably hard for her to shut her mind off because her thinking mind is probably always going. It's probably in full speed all the time. So, it's important for her to remain positive because 9s can be sad. So every so often she would get sad. Now we can tell her what makes her sad. She's got 1s on either side of it. So when things don't go her way, when things don't work out, she's sad. When things don't work out, you're a nursing student. Yeah. Oh, congratulations. So when things don't work out, Marcia can be sad, right? And so then I would say to Marcia, the solution's also in your name, which is the 4 and the 8. I'd be, Marcia, you just got to get a plan and you've got to develop inner strength. Because believe it or not, all of your problems and solutions can be found in your first name. That's how fucking important your first name is, you guys. It's just unbelievable. And how come none of you guys are asking what happens if you change your name? What happens if you get married? That's okay. You don't have to ask those questions. But I mean, you could. So, Marcia, that's what I would tell you. Exercises to build inner strength and having a plan, that is going to build success in your life. All right. Now, let's go back up and see where I left off. Tracy. Everyone's got an awesome name, but I'm just plain Tracy. Tracy's not a plain name. No. Tracy would not, it would be the farthest thing from a plain name that I have ever seen looking at numbers. In fact, we should do Tracy. Did you want to be done, Tracy? Because I don't want to do you without your permission. Is your name Wade? Or are you having me do somebody else? Tracy, do you want me to do Wade or Tracy? Because now I'm confused. But her evil twin sister appeared and tried to stage a coup. What? What are you talking about, Jules? Tracy, are you wanting me to do... In the Bible, people change their names to change their future. Oh my God, Jules. You're so fucking brilliant. Let me just write this down. Jules is fucking underline brilliant. My God, Jules, have you been sitting here while I've been writing my book today? Because you just put a statement in there that's not even written in my book that I was gonna write that in my book today. About what that's called, Jules, is your algorithm. Don't ask me to spell that. I don't even fucking know. Your algorithm. Your algorithm is a computer code that you can put to change your program. You're fucking brilliant. You should just move here and we could be best friends. That's how brilliant you are. Just be my neighbor and we'll get in a lot of trouble. All right. Now, who was I doing next? Oh, I was asking Tracy if she wants me to do Wade. Tracy, are you paying attention? Who's Wade, Tracy? If you're still on. Are you wanting me to do Wade? Otherwise, I'm going to move on. All right, Tracy's ignoring me. So let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Renata. No, Angelina. We haven't done you yet, have we? Angelina. And she is 15753951. Look at her patterns here. 555, right? She came down here to be a rebel. She is a rebel. She is guided. A lot of fives are guided by spirit, all right? And so sometimes they don't even know, fives don't even know why they're doing things. They don't even know why they're doing things. Why am I doing this? But they do it because they're guided by spirit, and it's not always clear. So Angelina is guided by spirit, and she's put on to seize new opportunities. New opportunities. This is one of the main themes in Angelina's life, is to embrace new opportunities and always, always be self-improving. In other words, what this means is she might pursue education, because 9s and 5s and 7s and 1s all love to be educated. And so education and training is always going to be important to her. She's going to be training. She's going to be come up with state of the art. Like, she might like to be way up on technology. Like, she's got to have the best technology there is if she can afford it. Okay, Wade was the husband. Okay, I guess I missed that. That was probably my fault. Okay, Wade, we're going to do you in pink. Wade. And Wade belongs to Tracy Van B in all the letters. You're curious about Wade's story. Jules, do you know Tracy? Wade. E and W are the 5 letters. So he starts out with a 5, 1, 4, 5. What is 5? Well, you know what? He needs variety in his life. He is a jack of all trades, or he should be, right? Because he needs variety. He wants to seek or use his imagination, right? So he might like to tinker with stuff. Like, I'm going to tinker with this, tinker with that, always tinkering. He could be youthful looking. A lot of 5s look younger than they are, even if their hair is gray and wrinkled. You know, maybe they like to play, do things like kids. They have a playful nature to them. His computer code, he's got a 5 in the beginning and a 5 at the end. So I'm also going to tell you, I'm going to read what his computer code is. He came down into the world to control his own life, believe it or not. He came down here to control his own life, to find alternative ways to do things. All right? He finds alternative ways to do things with the ideas that are organized in his head. So he organizes ideas to generate and find alternative ways to do things. He is also wise, and he recognizes talents in others. He recognizes talents in other people. Now, he may express that verbally, or he may not. Thank God for my 5s. I hated looking young, but now I'm thankful. Yeah, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Now, can I tell you something challenging about the name Wade? Is there are times where he's unwilling unwilling to let go of something that doesn't serve him, that's not useful. He could stay in a situation that's not healthy longer than he should. That's, and then he could also he can also suffer from pressure. So if someone puts pressure on him like a boss, he's going to suffer more than anyone else. So what I would say to the spouse of him is be careful about putting pressure on him, because it affects him more than it would somebody else. Holy crap, are we coming up on an hour already? We've all been Wades once in a while, that's true. Nancy Bravo Jones, my husband was adopted, went from Timothy to Simon. Oh my God. That might be a fun one to do at the end here. Nancy Bravo, do we have permission to do your husband or not? Because I don't want to do it unless you give permission. So I need you to say yes, do my husband, or we won't, because I only do with permission. So her husband went from Timothy to, they changed his name to Simon. Oh, I can totally do that if you give permission. Oh, you do? Okay. Could any of my numerology show I'm clairsentient? Yes, it can. Sevens, 2s, 7s, and 5s can have psychic gifts. All right, Timothy. So let's do Timothy. And this was the name he was born with, and this was his adopted name. Nancy, would you mind giving us just the month and day that Timothy was born? Because this is going to require a little bit of, I think everybody's going to be fascinated in this. If you wouldn't mind, if you wouldn't mind, Nancy, the month and day that Timothy was born, that would be really helpful. But you don't have to if you don't want. I'm going to continue doing this. It's 2, 9, 4, 6, 2, 8, 7. So he started out with a 2 pattern. All right. Now this would mean, oh, August 15th. Oh, interesting. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 8. Yeah. So 14 is a 5. I thought he had a 5 in there somewhere. And the Simon, I'm going to do in green. 1, 9, 4, 6, 5. All right, this is the big thing I want to pay attention to. So now I'm about to tell you, Nancy, what Timothy went through when he got adopted. Timothy started out as a sensitive, that doesn't write very well. He started out as a sensitive child, all right? So he started out being very sensitive. And also he could have been shy, and it could have been hard for him to make friends when he was young. And so if you would have kept this name, he would have been a person that was more reserved. He had a lot of compassion. He needs stability in his life. That's what he wanted, and that was what he did not get in early childhood. He came down here to experience family, but family is way down here in the middle of his name. And then here is the 2. He's got 2 2s. What are 2s? Mom and dad, right? What did mom and dad do? Ended. The very second letter is they ended the relationship with this child. So he came down here as a sensitive child, and his parents ended, for whatever reason, we're not blaming them, we're not judging. They ended the relationship, and this made him at the end feel alone. All right? So this made him feel alone. So what does he start out with his adopted name? A 1. What is 1? The loneliest number. So he continued the theme back to his new name. And so now he was worried about it being ended, right? He's like, is this going to fucking end? Because he didn't know. He didn't know if being adopted was going to be the end. So here's that fear coming in again. So he's got the second letter the same. He's got the third letter the same. The third letter is a 4. He just wants stability. That's what he wants in life. And he wants to feel secure, right? And he wants to get his power back. He could have been a very rebellious teen because he really wanted to get his power back. And then he has a 6. And there again, look at the number here. 946. 946. You can't even make this shit up on a good day. You can't make this shit up. So he kept the 946 pattern. And then at the end, he needed to become resilient. And resilient means no matter what life throws at you, a 5 can take it and they can make it work. All right? So no matter what life threw at him, he took it and he made it work. So his personality is to be of service to others. He's very sensitive. He's still sensitive, but he's also helping others. He wants to help others change their life to feel more powerful. Because he struggled with feeling powerful. He's a tough bird. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, 946. Can you believe it? That is just, you just can't make that shit up. You know, I mean, it's really incredible when you start looking at the patterns of names. I mean, the fact that if I had his full name, we could do a show where if I had somebody's full name and date of birth, I could spend an hour telling them everything, including what is likely to happen in their future, and if they don't want it to happen, how to change it, all with numbers. It's just really amazing. Simon is a boss, both figuratively and literal. Yes. Yes, because 8s came down here for power. But even if he's a boss, he has the ability to generate positive change. Now, if he becomes off balance, then watch out. If he because he could be withdrawn, like the silent treatment, or he could be moody. He's got to be careful of being moody. And also, he's got triggers. And so, from his childhood. So, if you trigger him to abandonment, watch out. Because this is a theme where he never wants to feel abandonment ever again. So, that would be a trigger for him no matter where he is. When are you putting your book out? This is my goal. I want to have this book published by April. What that means is I literally have to take 2 hours, 7 days a week, every day to write this book. Because this book is going to teach you how to calculate your secret human code, what programs are running in you now, how to change those programs, and whether or not you are being influenced by programs in society, in the world, and how to tell if you're being affected by them and how to get out and change for them. This is not an easy book to write. And the fact that I don't know this shit, Ada Lovelace is channeling it to me. So when I sit down, I have to have total quietness, I have to have a picture of Ada, and I have to start channeling. So my goal is by April 1st to have this book out on Amazon called The Secret Human Code. Yeah. And I just started writing it, Jules, and really I should be on the phone with you because what you put on this live tonight was exactly the next thing that Ada was going to teach me. I mean, you must be tied into this book somehow, Jules, because that was just amazing when I saw you put that out there about the Bible, change your name, change your future. Oh, yeah, because we haven't even talked about your last name. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a hint. You're going to get a prelude, all right, of the Secret Human Code, which Jules probably already knows. Your last name, the first letter, is the theme, is a theme in your life. So when you get married, what do? You change the theme. It's going to be fucking awesome. I got to get 2 hours a day. How am I going to do that? I work full time, 5 Facebook pages and a YouTube channel. It's like a miracle has to happen. Oh my God, we're almost 10 after 7. I feel like I'm hogging a YouTube time. All right, do I have your number? I'm sure I do. Do I have your number? That's actually a joke. For a numerologist, Jules, that is actually an inside joke for a numerologist. If I've got your name, I've got your number. All right. So that being said, I want to thank all of you for being on my channel. Right now, I do not have time to do individual numerology charts. That will be coming in the future, probably months into the future. So for now, I wish you all a good evening and a happy week. And thanks to everybody who volunteered their names, their spouse's names. We can also do your pet's name, believe it or not. That is interesting too. So I will see you next week, and I'm going to try to put out some more fun YouTube videos. But, you know, I might not be able to for a week because I tell you what, I really got to get this book written. So forgive me if I don't put things on YouTube for a little while because really I got to get this book written. And so thank you all for being part of my channel. You guys are awesome. I love every single one of you.